Number 7.
Reality TV hits.
If you're a TV junkie, you might recognize these shows.
Yes, Fear
The
Factor.
brains behind it all?
Hello guys, welcome to our channel. Today we are going to watch what are the Dutch known for and the famous Dutch inventions. So we have seen like how Dutch people have improved their own lives and how they have put dams everywhere and how they have brought up land from nowhere. But we don't know what they have made inventions that have improved the world. So let's watch this.
Well, I think it's time for us to get started and help you discover how Dutch is your life. It's your life. How Dutch is
Your life.
You really need to know.
Wi-Fi.
Number
Wow.
Wi-Fi. It's the very first question we all ask whenever we go into a cafe. What's the Wi-Fi password? If you remember this crunchy sound, let's thank the Dutch for the convenience of wireless internet. But how did it actually all come about?
Yeah.
In 1988, a bunch of Dutch computer scientists were working overtime at McDonald's, and they had an idea. Now that we have mobile phones, wouldn't it be nice to also have wireless internet too? Call it the power of a Big Mac? Two of them, Vic Hayes and Case Links, took this question and turned it into reality.
Wow.
2 years later, they developed a prototype called Waveland, but it took them a really long time before the Wi-Fi became successful.
So Case had for 8 years a jacket with an extra large pocket to fit his laptop in order to demonstrate his invention everywhere he went.
Wow.
Their breakthrough finally came in 1998 when Case had a meeting with none other than Apple genius Steve Jobs and sold him the idea of wireless internet. The rest is history.
Wow.
So here's a fun fact. It was actually Case's wife, Angela, who came up with the name Wi-Fi after its original name, Wireless Fidelity. It rhymes with hi-fi, hi-fi, Wi-Fi, hi-fi, Wi-Fi.
In the Netherlands, don't say Wi-Fi. We say
Wi-Fi.
Number 2,
Bluetooth. Wow.
The
Not the
Dutchies
best.
are a bunch of very practical people. They like to think out of the box, like Mr. Parson. He thought it would be really amazing if we could connect one device to another one wirelessly and we could transfer data. And ta-da, Bluetooth was born.
But have you ever
Wow.
wondered why it's got such a strange name? Well, it was named after Harald Bluetooth, a Viking king of Denmark between the years 958 and 970. King Harald was famous for uniting parts of Denmark and Norway into one nation and converting the Danes to Christianity.
Nice.
So what does an ancient Viking king have to do with wireless communication? Well, he brought things together. But that's not all. Our boy King Harold was also famous for his dead tooth, which had a dark blue/grayish tone.
Bluetooth.
So his nickname was, Bluetooth. The more you know. Number 3, 4,
Cassette
and 5.
tape.
Cassette tape, CD, and DVD.
Wow.
I promise you, 1,000 songs
Thousand
in your pocket. In 2001, when Steve Jobs said those words, he walked the world by inventing the iPod. But Steve Jobs would be nowhere without the Dutchman with Lou Ottens. He was the one who even put any kind of music in our pocket by inventing the cassette.
Lou was born in 1926 in the Dutch province Groningen. As a
Groningen.
boy, he was fascinated by technology when the Netherlands was occupied by Nazi Germany in World War II. He went on to study engineering and joined Dutch gadget giant Philips, where he and his team developed the world's first portable tape recorder, the cassette tape, and in 1982, the very first CD in the world.
Wow. So
Nice
nice.
memories about buying your first CD.
I remember that.
Mine was...
Mine was
Living la vida loca.
Living la vida loca. And now back to Lou, because he didn't stop with the CD. In 1997, he and his team also invented the DVD.
DVD.
And then it followed by Blu-ray disc.
Number 6,
National anthem.
National anthem.
So everybody does that.
Well, in Singapore, we had to wake up and sing the national anthem every single morning in school. Now, I think it's so funny that it's become an event. Whitney Houston singing at the Super Bowl, my favorite, Lady Gaga at the inauguration. It is something that we all look forward to. Okay, this is not what the Dutch are famous for, like what you're seeing on the screen right now. But the world's first registered national anthem was indeed written by a Dutchman.
World's
first! The 80 Years' War of Independence between the Netherlands and Spain between 1568 and 1648. The song is about Prince of Orange, also called William the Silent, who was seen as the founding father of modern-day Netherlands.
It's called Het de Helmes. This is the beginning of it.
Number 7.
Reality TV hits.
If you're a TV junkie, you might recognize these shows.
Yes, Fear
The
Factor.
brains behind it all? Dutch media mogul John de Mol Jr., whose first global hit was Big Brother in 1990.
Big Brother!
Every Monday, John
In
and his
India, it
team
is
brings
Big
a
Boss.
lot of pizza and wine and curates the cultural landscape to bring binge-worthy hit shows from Holland to Hollywood.
The Voice.
The Voice.
Number 8.
Speed camera.
I'm angry. I'm seriously angry at my fellow Dutchman, Maus Gastronides. Maus invented something which I bet also you are not always very happy about. The speed camera, guys.
Why?
This is my newest ticket. 52 euro.
52 euros.
Because on the 29th of March, I was allowed to go 50 per hour. And I went 56.
For 6?
Oh my god.
56, 6 more, and 52 euro. And I don't get that. He was actually a speed car driver. And he got a lot of tickets himself, and so he invented it. Oh.
Why?
Why?
This is very
His own
weird.
Speed. Yeah.
Wow. Eye test chart.
The eye test chart.
So, if you're wearing glasses, you might want to take a moment and thank
We
our
both
fellow
are.
Dutchman, Herman Snell.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, please, thank you.
Herman Snellen invented the original eye test in 1862. Today, an updated version of the Snellen chart is still used to diagnose vision problems, making the world a happier and clearer place. But that's not all. A Dutch
Microscope.
team named Hans and Zacharias
Dutch invented
Janssen
so many
invented
things.
the first microscope in the late 16th century.
Imagine where we would be without a microscope, how many diseases we could not heal, how many things we could not study. Thank you guys for inventing the microscope.
So
Yeah.
that we can actually study COVID right now.
Telescope.
In 1608, Dutch optician Hans Lippershey was the first person to apply for a patent for a telescope. Unfortunately, he got his telescopic thunder stolen by Italian astronomer Galileo Galilei, who made a telescope that magnified things 17 times bigger. Sorry, Hans, but remember, the very first one who invented the telescope was Dutch.
Wow.
Number 12,
Fire hose.
Fire hose.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the fire hose. In the 15th century, Amsterdam experienced 2 great fires. Back then, it was a major problem because all the houses were made of wood, which meant that major parts of the city burned down. And Amsterdam was not the only city who had really problems with that. In 1672, father and son, Jan and Nicholas van der Heijden, invented the fire hose!
Wow.
Were people using buckets of water to put out the big fires?
Yeah, a lot of work. Don't want to do
Necessity
that.
is the need of invention.
But not in
Yeah.
situations like that.
Number
Yenwa.
13, the godfather of gin.
Oh,
Gin
have you
is
tried
Georgia.
this?
You might be surprised that the origin of
Have
gin
you?
comes from the Dutch Jenever. Jenever means juniper. It's a liquor distilled from malt wine and flavored with botanicals like juniper to give it that aromatic oomph.
Wow.
So gin
want to
started
try
in
that.
Netherlands.
William III of Orange became King of England, and he brought his love for Dutch Geneva to England and made it popular. Later on, the English developed gin from Geneva. Nobody really knows who invented it. All we know is it was actually medicine. And you're gonna get a good night's sleep as well.
Oh.
Remember, guys, Juniper is the grandfather of gin.
14.
Elstar
the
apple.
Apple.
An apple a day
Keeps
keeps the doctor away.
Doctor away.
Oh, I remember my mom. Never
Disease
catch
away.
up. She used to have an apple with her all the time. She would have it in her handbag, everything. Her snack
yes,
every
mothers.
day was an apple. And it just blew my mind after I came to Holland that her favorite apple actually is Dutch.
Dutch.
This is it, guys. This is the Aksar apple.
What
You
is
can
different?
Get it all over
Aksar
the
apple.
Netherlands, all over Europe. It's super popular. Very sweet, but also a little bit of sour. Perfect for apple pie. If you ever come to Amsterdam, you have to try apple pie. It's very often made of Aksar apples, and it's simply delicious, guys. And for me, it's so much more because again, it's the favorite apple of my mom.
Wow.
Number
Tiki
15.
taka.
Tiki taka.
Tiki taka.
If you're a soccer fan like me, you have to know of this style of playing soccer. It's called
Yes.
tiki taka. And
Pass.
Tiki taka is known as a style of playing soccer which is defined by having a lot of ball possession, a lot of movement from the players, and a lot of short passes. A lot of people think that it's Spanish because it was perfected by the team
Guardiola.
FC Barcelona. But who was the coach back then? Let me guess. Was he Dutch? Yeah. His name was Johan K. Not only just any kind of Dutch soccer player. It was the legend, the most famous. And just look at the style which he invented. Tiki taka.
Wow.
Is this not mind blowing? It's just brilliant.
In 1947, Johan Cruyff was born 5 minutes away from the Ajax stadium, where he would eventually become a legend. Inspired by his football-loving father, Johan started playing for the Ajax youth club at just 10 years old. When his father died 2 years later, he decided to become a professional player to pay tribute to his dad. And boy, did he sweep the world away. In 1971, Johan was named the Dutch and European Footballer of the Year. He became the coach of the Ajax team, leading them to multiple victories. In 1973, FC Barcelona called. From there, he invented the iconic tiki-taka.
Tiki taka.
More than that, he was also an Amsterdammer, which means a lot for our city and especially also fans from Ajax Amsterdam. This is also the reason why we named our biggest stadium of Ajax Amsterdam after Johan Cruyff. So it's called the Johan Cruyff Arena. If you ever here, visit it, you can really feel the legend. If you're a soccer fan, it's definitely highly recommended
For
to
sure.
do that.
Yeah.
Same-sex
Finally,
marriage.
we have same-sex marriage.
It is legal.
The last invention we want to share with you is not really an invention, but something the Netherlands were first in. It is a topic which is very close to our hearts because we want to share with you that we are actually a couple.
Oh.
We've been together happily for 3.5 years. This
Wow.
right that we can just be a couple here is very, very special. And the Netherlands did something.
In
on
India, it
the
is still
1st
not
of
legal.
April in 2001.
And that was no joke. After the stroke of midnight, the Netherlands
In
became the
2001.
first country in the world to legalize gay marriage.
Wow.
And the mayor of Amsterdam, Johan Cohen, officiated the weddings of 4 gay couples at the city hall.
He told the couples, there are 2 reasons to celebrate. You are celebrating your marriage to each other, and you are also celebrating your right to be married.
After the
wow.
ceremony, pink cakes and pink champagne was served to the happy guests
Oh.
of the world's first pink communion.
Yay!
Wow.
What a special day that was. From that moment on, guys, 29 countries also legalized the gay marriage. To be honest, that's
That
great,
one.
but it's not enough. We believe that it doesn't matter where you're from, what your skin color is, what your gender is, what your religion is, what your sexual orientation is, we all have the same rights. We too are very blessed to live in a city which is living and breathing it. It doesn't mean that we don't have any problems here anymore, but Amsterdam again was the first city and
Wow.
the Netherlands the first country in the world.
Very big
to
step.
legalize the
What an interesting video to watch, and there are many things I never knew about, like a telescope, microscope, and Dutch have invented so many things like the fire hose. Everything is so important in our life these time, and we only know Dutch for Amsterdam and how like the red light area and everything like that, and also how smart smart it is to build their own country, but they have done so much things for the world too.
This was very interesting video because the most popular thing that we use or we know about and that are very useful, we didn't know that Dutch invented this, and he is totally right. Because if I talk about think about Dutch, like beauty and this and that, but the thing they have invented, for example, that eye chart, or we can say that Bluetooth, most important, the Bluetooth, because it sends you to another level, on another world. And national anthem, most important, national anthem, because we have never, it was every country has its own national anthem, but first national anthem of a whole world, it was Dutch. That was so surprising.
Yes, they started it, and even same-sex marriage, they started it. So it is a very big step. What do you guys think about it? Do let us know in the comment section below. So do like, share, and
Subscribe.
Bye.